It's Manscaped Mouth Experience Monday. This episode, Tyler blinds Dude and JD with WB Saffell. Find out how they rated on this episode of The Bourbon Hunters. Have you thought about supporting our podcast? Head on over to our website at www.bourbonhunters.com where you can by picking up one of our Kinsey drams, ordering one of our shirts, or ordering from our partners over at manscaped.com. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us on our hunt for great bourbon. Reward yourself and sit back, grab a pour, kick up your feet, and enjoy. Welcome to another episode of the Bourbon Hunters. I'm Duke Poole. I'm joined by
Tyler Schaefer
and
JD Fritches.
Mr. Fritter Tits.
Yep.
All right, so we have another Manscaped Mouth Experience Monday, and Tyler's already making noises on our podcast.
There's a 2-star.
Tyler is providing us with our Mouth Experience Monday tonight. So we've got a blind, as always. He's going to present it to us. We're going to smell it, taste it, then we're going to rate it. Then he's going to give us some hints as to what it is, and he's going to let us guess. And if we don't get it right, he's going to reveal what it is. So that being said, what do you get on the nose, JD?
Can I start out with one caveat to this?
Oh my gosh, we've already got into the caveats. We're not even a minute in, and you're putting in caveats.
So I know that we've done a slight mixture of shelfers, mixed in with some non-shelf.
Are you going to pull a Brett? Is that what's happening?
Kind of.
Can I smell yours?
Do you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I can't get a good nose sometimes on these Kinsey drams.
Well, you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up the butcher's ass. Wait.
You can.
Wouldn't you rather get the bull's word for it?
You're a bull. Anywho, caveat away, buddy. Caveat away.
So it is a shelfer. But no. Sometimes it can be hard to come by, but it's not like there's no secondary market. There's no.
I don't think you have to give us a caveat.
Well,
comparatively, I've done E.H. Taylor. I've done Elmer.
That's
T.
what
Lee.
I'm saying. But
Eagle Rare.
But you used to say, hey, these are things that you should be able to go out. You know, you wanted to.
Yeah, I say they're shelfers. However, in some places they're more readily available than others. I've always said. God, now I've got to go edit this thing.
No,
I don't. It's going to stay in.
Yeah.
All right, so nose it up. What do you get there, Fritter?
I'm having a hard time pulling a note. I get like a cracked pepper.
I do get some like baking spice for sure. That is definitely happening for me.
Some caramel.
Yeah,
you get caramel in most everything.
Has this been sitting out in your car in a cold weather or anything?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I get those things too. It is a little muted for me as well in my Kinsey or my Glencairn. Your Kinsey dram, I would think. I usually get better noses in the Kinsey dram. So.
Oh, that was interesting. I got a little cinnamon.
Well, if you get the legs on the side of the glass, and then you can kind of get as it pours back in. A lot of times you can get a good nose from that. Oh yeah, okay. Cinnamon now, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even like an apple spice cinnamon or something.
Oh, and yeah, a cinnamon apple, baked cinnamon apple.
Something.
Like an apple pie.
Maybe.
It's like warm apple pie.
Just like it.
What are you going to tell your mother?
We'll just tell
Word to your mother.
We'll just tell her we ate it. All right.
What are you thinking?
Cinnamon keeps coming through.
It almost has this raisiny taste.
I get a lot of that caramel on the palate.
Yeah. And I get a baking spice. I think there's cinnamon in it as well.
Yeah.
Raisin's good, like a dark fruitish kind of plum, maybe raisin.
Mouth Experience is viscous.
It
It
is
coats
viscous.
the tongue. But it doesn't stay for a long time, but it coats it.
If we hadn't just
Stays for a good time, though.
If we hadn't just done Old Granddad 114 a couple weeks ago, then I'd almost guess something like that.
Mm-hmm. It's got a very similar profile. Probably similar in proofage to 110-ish.
And we've already done Maker's 101, so it's got to be something else cinnamony.
I do not have the proof. Let me Google that.
Interesting.
Kind of gives Russell's vibes, too.
I don't get much of that. This comes off a little hotter to me than...
Yeah, you're right. It does, like a weeder.
Yeah.
Weeders come off a little hot to me sometimes, especially if they're younger.
Yeah, this almost to me seems like a barrel strength something or other. How hot it's drinking. Now this is my first drink of the day.
Yep.
As far as everyone knows. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to me as I'm getting The second drink was a lot more rounded. Okay, so it was probably just a little visceral reaction for me. I'm getting a little bit of a dusty note now. I mean, we've already done Russell's single barrel, like the Shelfer version.
Correct.
Old Granddad, we've done Maker's 101. Oh, man. This is interesting.
It's got a familiar profile.
Yeah, it does. That's why I'm kind of confused right now. So, I'm enjoying this so far. I think it's a pretty good drink.
I like it a lot. I mean,
what proof do you think it is?
Initially, I was right around 110.
I was too, but I was thinking like 115, 116 at first, but now I'm thinking closer to
second sip like 103. Drop it down a little bit.
Maybe. It's a 10 something, I think. I could be wrong. It might be in the low teens, but it's a 10 something, I think. What would you rate this if you had to?
I enjoy it. I'd probably go 3.4.
Okay.
3.5.
Yeah. The more I drink of this, the more I'm liking it. I'm starting to get a little bit of the corn, just a touch, but it's very distant in the back. Like front of the tongue, but like very distant in the back of all the flavors, if that makes sense. I'm still getting the caramel kind of, almost like a creamy caramel type of mouthfeel with a little bit of a spice to it. You getting any ideas here?
I'm thinking Weller Full Proof.
I'm going to say this is also...
114.
Did you rate it, dude?
That's what I'm getting ready to. I'm going to say it's about a 3-4 for me.
I'm right in line
Same.
with that.
This don't start. I feel like this might be a 1792 foolproof or Weller foolproof, something like that.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Those are my two guesses.
Okay.
But start giving some hints.
I will start off with the distillery.
Okay.
It is made by Campari / Wild Turkey.
I was right with the Russell's note.
Yeah. What the fuck? And then dude talked you out of it.
Yeah.
I did. I don't get Russell's at all on this, though. Or any Wild Turkey, for that matter. We haven't done Wild Turkey 101. Do you think it could be Wild Turkey 101?
It tastes a little hotter than that.
That's why I'm...
I feel like we've done Wild Turkey on the 101 on the...
Not yet.
I don't have it, so I know we haven't done it.
Oh my God, it's rare breed. 116.4 proof.
That tracks more than Russell's to me.
It is not. So I'm not 100% positive on this, but I think it's 105 proof.
You lost me.
Is this a master's keep or something?
It is only made in a pint.
Saffell.
That little shit.
Bingo.
That little shit. Saffell.
It's good.
Damn it. Sneaking a Saffell in. I just had some of that the other night, too.
Yeah.
Man. So WB Saffell, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's older age stuff than that Saffell, too.
So the reason I said I think, because I know they have different batches, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they were different proofs, were they?
I don't know that. So I didn't check before I poured.
I thought they were 100 or 101. I can go check. Do you have the bottle here?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we'll go check it. Why don't you do that right now while we're sitting there talking about it? So you were pretty on board with turkey, but here's the thing. I don't think Saffell was using turkey's mash bill.
They were using turkey product.
Turkey's making it based off of the recipe from the whiskey barons that they chose.
Yes, correct.
But I don't think it's it's all the 107. It's all the ingredients that come from a normal turkey, but I think they changed the mash bill for all those.
It's probably different from the traditional,
Now, the yeast strain's probably what their regular yeast strain is, so you got some overlap, I'm sure, on the Venn diagram. But so 107 is the proof, WB Saffell.
Is Saffell a very unique mash bill?
Well, I believe Saffell, Rippey, and Bond and Lillard are all unique mash bills.
Okay.
That they basically contract distilled based off of what that old mash bill was for those old recipes. So they basically took old recipes from old whiskey barons through history and tried to recreate their bourbon.
Who contract distills for that?
Wild Turkey.
Oh, okay.
But it's not really contract distilled because it's technically a whiskey, or it's technically a Wild Turkey brand. But it's something that they have taken someone else's recipe and made and released as, in their line. Gotcha. That's my understanding. That's always been my understanding of it. And that was why they were unique, is they were using their grains, but in the mash bill of the old whiskey baron that they chose to, and in the same style or something like that as well. I don't know exactly how that works, but like Bond and Lillard's 100 proof, right? This is 107. I don't remember what Rippey was.
I've never had a Rippey.
I had it once with Tyler when the girl with the pearly greens was hitting on me, and she was hitting on me hard. But no, this was a good one. Good selection. I would have never guessed Saffell. That was not even in my mindset at the time. So that was a good selection.
And for the listeners, Saffell is my favorite of the Whiskey Baron series.
And I can't remember if mine is or not, because I don't remember what Rippey tastes like. So
Saffell, when I saw that, I was like, this is a great choice for a Mouthfeel Monday.
It is.
Mouth Experience Monday. But it's one of those things that you can kind of find, but you can't.
It's tough.
Right.
But
you can't really find it here. Michigan, you can find it here and there. I found one down in South Carolina.
It's like $50 for
I see them every
$50.
year. Every year I see them in Destin.
Yeah.
At the exact same store. I buy 2 or 3 of them. I go back the next year, they've got 2 or 3 more. I'm like, where is this endless supply coming from?
I know.
And Bond and Lillard, you can pretty much find.
Yeah,
anywhere.
From what I understand, I don't think they make these anymore. So if they're out there, they're just out there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, fuck.
Yeah, you
Just
wish
a fresh crack?
Did you
It
know he
is.
just finished the bottle too, didn't you?
No.
Oh, it was a fresh crack?
Yeah, it
I've
wasn't
got
a
an
fresh
unopened
crack,
one in the
but,
back and a half empty one.
It's a fresh crack as of recently, but it was not today.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining in. This was fun. This was a different one than we've done in the past. So, thanks for joining in. As always, give us a little help by going to manscaped.com, using the code Bourbon Hunters, getting 20% off plus
Free shipping.
And get your balls happy.
$40 off, guys.
$40 off. The guy who doesn't understand percentages. Anyway, see you next week, guys. Thanks. Thank you for joining us on yet another hunt for bourbon. Please give us a 5-star review anywhere you are listening, but if you don't, leave some constructive criticism in the review so that we can better improve our show. But until then, sit back, grab a pour, kick up your feet, and enjoy some bourbon. The Bourbon Hunters podcast has been craft distilled, produced, recorded, and edited by Dude Pool. For any questions, comments, or recommendations, please reach out to info@bourbonhunters.com